Hey guys, I'm Mitch, one of the hosts of the show. Before we start, I just wanted to thank you all for listening and tell you something cool. In the description of the episode, there's a link to our Discord if you want to just come hang out with us. We stream there, watch movies, game together, and just hang out. You can even be a guest host on our show and suggest games for us to play and review. So don't be shy, just come hang out with us. It'll be fun. Also, there's a link to our Facebook so you can join the page and give it a like, and it helps a lot if you do. Same with giving us a 5-star review on iTunes and writing something small, even if it's just, hey guys, like that'll do. That's fine. It really does help us get to the top of the charts. Thank you all again, and let's get on with the show.
I'm so hungry!
Here you go!
Ichiban Senpai! Whoa! Aren't you President Ichiban from Ichiban Confections?
I sure am!
Eat at Ichiban's Ichiban Senpai!
First in smiles, Ichiban Confections!
On the bustling streets of Yokohama, a decade can pass in the blink of an eye. Time marches on and people come and go. But there are some things we refuse to let change, like the uncompromising flavor of our senbei and the place we hold in our hearts for our valued customers. At Ichiban Confections, your smile is our #1 priority. Eat at Ichiban's. We are Ichiban Holdings.
Welcome to the Tag Couch Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch.
I'm Mike.
And we're fucking back, man. After how long?
Back in saddle again.
How long did it take you to beat Like a Dragon? Did you get any time
Oh,
on that?
fuck. I should have.
You're at like 48 hours 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I think my save file had 80 hours in it. So, besides that, what have you been doing?
Just playing that. Played a new game. Got a new game for once.
Which is?
Fear and Hunger.
You told me about that.
Yes. It's a very hard RPG made in RPG Maker. So it's indie as fuck.
Is it turn-based, or what is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Turn-based. Yep.
Oh. Well, you said it was a survival game, so I didn't think that at all.
Oh, no, it's not. You have like a hunger meter.
Oh.
Yeah. You just find random food to eat. It's not that big of a deal. The bigger mechanic in it is like you can go insane and die, so you have to do drugs. Like alcohol, whiskey. You get whiskey and heroin, and you can find a pipe and smoke meth.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
You said you wanted to play that next, possibly?
yeah.
How
I
much
was
was
thinking
it?
of it. $7.
I'll play it.
Sweet.
Another turn-based game, why not?
Yeah.
Been playing the shit out of Demon Souls, like, kinda with Brandon, because he just made a new character, so.
I have 51 hours, 26 minutes, and 56 seconds.
Holy shit. Here, I'll check my exact time. What is it? Xbox app, right? It just tells you, doesn't it?
I don't know. I'm in the game.
Oh.
I was doing the can thing.
Dude, they do, in the sequel, what they do is they basically make Crazy Taxi, but it's called Crazy Eats, like Uber Eats. And you just run around collecting food and doing deliveries. And you're on a bike, and you wear like a uniform. And fucking ride up buildings and do backflips over the damn city and shit.
Nice.
It's fucking fun as shit. And you just keep on doing tricks while you're on your way there. Get more and more. It's literally Crazy Taxi. It's fucking sweet.
There was
like, hyped about that.
There's a 3D Mar or 3D Mario, 3D fucking Naruto game, and one of the early missions was delivering ramen throughout the city or the village.
Dude, I was wrong. 105.9 hours in this game.
Jesus.
I fucking loved this game, man. This thing was sweet. Um, yeah, I've just been watching a bunch of like new anime, like
Like what?
like on Netflix. Well, first of all, let's talk about the downside of this. Uh, me and Casey watched
Oh.
the new Pokemon. No, not
Oh.
that. Not that one.
Okay.
Somewhat kind of worse than that, the new Pokemon, because Pokemon without
Wow.
Ash just isn't Pokemon. And it's like
I always hated the show.
it's very story driven, not very like I don't know, battle. It's not at all anything like Pokemon should be. So I mean, Pokemon's not even like Pokemon should be after playing Power World. That's how I feel about it.
I don't. I like Pokemon how it is.
I like Pokemon too, but
I wish it was harder.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and I feel like it should be open world and survival based and everything like that. So like, I don't know. Well, because that's what it was always about. That's what the show was about and everything. You're just like out on like a legit journey, not just walking down some trails.
They just had Brock cook everything. They didn't survive.
Well, he had to get the food somewhere. Didn't they always just eat rice balls?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Poppins or whatever.
Yeah. But I don't
Or
know.
the Pokemans.
I just want them to look at Power and be like, okay, take out the guns, but we'll give Team Rocket guns, and like do everything like that. I would be so down for that.
I don't think they'll ever put guns in Pokemon.
They won't, but I think Game Freak actually relinquished Pokemon very recently. I think I read something that said that.
To Nintendo?
It relinquished it to Niantic, I think.
Oh. Huh.
The people that made Pokemon Go. Or maybe they did just give it to Nintendo. I don't know. I forget exactly what it said on there, but everybody's like, what does this mean for the future of Pokemon? And I was like, hopefully not the same damn thing that keeps on going. I just want Arceus games. Like Arceus style games.
I do not. I think I'd stop playing Pokemon if it left its turn-based strategy, pseudo-strategy. Say pseudo-strategy because it's not a hard game at all, and like most of the strategy is leveling up. That's why I think they should make it harder.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with how like competitive play is with Pokemon. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, people are wild about that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was kind of big, but whenever like Sword and Shield came out, that became like the new big thing for Pokemon is just competitive. It's like building like trick room teams and like getting Pokemon, and you have to breed your Pokemon to get specific abilities. It's like how much time are you putting into this motherfucker? Like Jesus. Like I can't play a game like that for that long.
You have to get a good Pokemon with the good stats.
Yeah. And they don't even do like side stories in Pokemon. I just want Pokemon to be like the show, man. Like that's just what I want. It's like I feel like that's what
I hate the show.
Well, I started with the show before I ever got a game, before I ever got trading cards. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a thing that like everybody's been talking about, and then like as soon as I saw the first episode, my mom got me like Pokemon Yellow for Christmas or something, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, I guess I'm going into this. And then I started getting trading cards. I was like, alright. Guess Pokemon's part of my life now.
Did you ever play the game?
What, the trading card game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat it when I was younger.
Oh
yeah.
that game. Okay.
It's on the Switch.
I'm at IRL.
Oh, kinda like once or twice. Like, because we didn't play it like the legit way where you're supposed to get like energy cards and shit like we were as kids. So we just like didn't have that shit. We were just like, if you pull it, you have to evolve it the right way, but everything else, like, you can just attack. Like that kind of thing.
Forget even how you evolve. I think you just have to have the evolution or the card. It's not like you get where you can polymerization.
I thought you had to spend some kind of energy or something. Or have like a certain amount of energy attached to one card before you could evolve it. But I forget how it's played.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's why I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Way more.
Yu-Gi-Oh's fun.
Like as a trading card game anyway.
Yeah.
That's
I like
a show
Yu-Gi-Oh!
That
as
was
a game.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it got crazy. Went to like racing and shit.
I even like the original. Like I love the original, but it is kind of it's just out there. It's like the hard.
Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's like this intense backstory too.
Like we can, what was it? We can suck you into the dark world.
Yeah. Send you into the dark world.
It's not that deep, man. They're just cards.
They like sucked each other's souls out and shit.
Yeah, it's evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Pegasus had that ability where he could see everybody's hands.
Yeah. That's just like God move right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched that new Pokemon. It's like, alright, well at least it has like more of a story and a plot than just walking down the road on the way. But everything else in it is just trash. Like I don't know how to describe it.
I never liked Ash. I thought he was annoying.
Yeah, but Pokemon's just like Pokemon without Ash. It's just
I never liked the show. I didn't like the fucking like random. Whenever I was a kid, it was obviously the first season of Pokemon. And what is it? The fourth badge with Erica. He didn't get that legitimately. She kicked his ass. And then the building caught on fire and he helped put it out, so he got a badge, which is like, wow, the firefighters get fucking badges, bro.
Well, he didn't get the what's the one from Sabrina, Saffron City? What was that one?
Oh, I forget.
The whatever the psychic badge was. Like, oh, Honda just made her laugh, and here's your badge, dog. Thanks for making her laugh. It's like, okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Brock. He didn't really beat him legitimately. Hit the fucking sprinklers on Honda.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that makes sense either. It's like, it's still resistant to electricity. Just because you get it wet doesn't mean anything.
Right. It's like if you get a car wet and it gets hit by a lightning bolt, you're still safe in there. Like, because
as long as you don't touch the sides.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. There's a bunch of badges he didn't get legitimately.
Yeah, bullshit.
I like the volcano badge fight in that one with Blaine. Magmar versus Charizard. That shit was intense. But watched that. I've been watching Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I thought so.
Fucking love Chainsaw Man. That shit is brutal. Like, dude just straight chops him in half and just picks him up by his head, and he's like, alright, we got him. We gotta get this thing out of his chest, though. And then, like, some people, like, sacrifice their lives and shit to, like, call upon demons to try and save him and stuff. A shit ton of that team dies. There is this one called My Happy Marriage, and I binge watched that for 2 days. It's like a new Netflix one.
Kind of anime is it?
It's like it's basically Cinderella, but even shittier. Like, it's just like darker, I should say. It's like this girl who's just treated like shit. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. It's like, this dude married this chick, and this chick had her, and she has, like, special abilities. Like, everybody in the world, like, there's not a lot of people that have those abilities, but they, like, do arranged marriages to ensure that those people that have abilities keep giving birth to people that have abilities. And it's like, Batgirl died from being sick or some shit. And so her dad just remarried, and they both just treat her like shit, and they have another kid and treat her way better. And then they like get this arranged marriage for the girl they treat like shit to like one of the most powerful fucking dudes like in the world. And he has a bad rap. And it's not true at all. He's just like, look, man, you can like talk to me and shit, and like they end up falling in love and stuff. And then that family's like, nah, we gotta break that shit off and have our good daughter marry her. And it's like, why wasn't that the start of this? Like, I don't understand. And then it turns out, because she doesn't have special abilities, or at least they don't think so, and she actually has one of the best ones, and it's dream walking, where you can like save people in their dreams and all this shit from other like evil dudes that can like throw you in a dream and kill you and all this other shit. It's weird. Yeah. And like they don't awake until like the last 2 episodes where they figure out she can do this. It's 12 episodes.
Oh, okay.
It's like a new Netflix series thing. And same thing in the last 2 episodes. They don't really start like really act like they're in love or anything. They're just like close up until that point. And it's like it's a really slow burn show, but it was really good. I mean, it really was, besides the plot being weird. But, I mean, it was pretty good. So, I enjoyed that one a lot. Kind of like a romance, like, action. But very light on the action. Until the end.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah. It's like, it's like, it has a real story, like, actual emotion going into it, but it's like, your plot is kind of fucked because of the beginning part where you just didn't marry off your daughter to the fucking strongest dude that you liked, but you treated this one like shit and gave her to him. It's like why? What's the point in that? But,
You watched the show.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like, it's kind of like a drama, really, more than anything.
Anime drama.
Yeah. But,
I like my mecha.
oh, fucking Gundam.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a Gundam on Amazon. I think the
Probably.
last one I heard of was like Unicorn Gundam.
Unicorn.
No. Yeah, I don't like that name very much either.
I saw people talking about Beyblade recently. Like, there's been a lot of
Beyblade.
like reels on Facebook where it's like people are just checking out these Beyblades, and it's like these aren't even the old ones; these are shitty new ones. And everybody's like, "Nah, peak Beyblade was like this one Beyblade series." I was like, and I watched it, and I was like, "This is so shit." The original is so much better. That whole show was out there too, but I mean, it's about fucking tops.
Yeah. It came to life.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
beast,
I remember watching that.
their bit beast fucking spirits are coming out and battling it out, man. Yeah.
They're bit beasts?
Bit
Is that what
beast.
you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the thing that you put in the middle with like the little sticker with the monster on it. It's called a bit
Yeah.
beast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that show. It was kind of funny.
Dude, it
They
got
had like
fucking
these
insane.
huge. Yeah.
It got
Sorry.
insane at the end. Like, where they battled they had, speaking of mecha, the fucking mecha versions of their bit beasts that some, like, scientist created.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It was like a battle tower where it was like, we're going up against our own cyborg versions or whatever the fuck. And, like, every fucking battle would last, like, 5 or 6 episodes. It was so intense.
Yeah, they did like crazy things. Like they could somehow control them.
Yeah, it was like Pokemon, like, hey, do this, hey, attack, hey, shoot up in the air.
Yeah, and they're just like these big half circles in the ground
Yeah.
that everybody somehow had. They fucking. I remember the one I remember. There was like they were hitting together, and then one like shot up the other side and then like came down like straight on top of it.
Yeah, just grinded it.
It's like, oh, they're grinding together. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That was a fun show, though, when I was a kid. I liked it. They just made them different back then. They could be weird, but still fun.
I just watched it because they're stupid as shit. There's nothing else on.
Right. Exactly. You didn't, like, wait for the next episode of Beyblade.
No, it's just like, oh, Beyblade's on. Let's watch it, I guess.
Yeah. But what you did wait for was the new episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Which, fucking moment of silence that we're not going to actually do on the show. Akira Toriyama died, creator of Dragon Ball. And Dragon Quest. Artist for Dragon Quest.
And many others.
Yeah, and many. Speaking of Dragon Quest, there's a lot of references in the game we're talking about. Yakuza, like a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to jump into that?
Yeah.
Alright.
Early game. What's going on?
Early game. We'll start with the story.
You got short hair and you beat up a pervert.
Yeah, he's trying to sell shit on your turf and you're trying to collect that money.
He's trying to sell porn to teenagers.
Yeah, that. But he's doing it on your turf, and that's the important part to him. It's like,
well,
you sell porn to teenagers on my turf.
He was mad that he was ripping him off because they were, it was animal porn.
It was?
He was selling. Yeah. It was like labeled like hardcore natural or some shit like that, and it's fucking, and it's just animals fucking.
That's fun.
So he got mad that he was scamming teenagers because they were complaining to him.
Yes. Oh, and this game came out for us, Western release, on PS4, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X on November 10th, 2020, including new costumes, the English audio track, and some previously paid DLC. Yeah. That's when that shit came out. And also, the big thing with this game is, for the first time in the Yakuza series, you are not playing as Kazuma Kiryu. It takes 3 years. Takes place 3 years after Yakuza 6, and you play as Ichiban Kasuga. But all right, let's get back to that story. I forgot to do the reading before.
Okay. Have to jump backwards and jump forwards.
Yeah, we're fucking stopping this dude from selling animal porn on our turf.
Bastard. That's grievous of things.
Yeah. But,
He pulls out brass knuckles and you beat his ass.
Yup. First time in the Yakuza series also. It's turn-based, but it's not like a normal turn-based game. You get a lot of like reaction commands when you do special attacks, which you can just like do special attacks all the time pretty much after like a short time in the game. And it's way snappier, way faster than like your normal JRPG. And that's when you fight this guy and you find that out. So there you go. But enough with the technicalities. Go on with the story.
What else happened?
We kicked his ass.
And then you have to collect like a bunch of money to return to your gang manager, I guess you'd call him.
Your patriarch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the manager dude that tells you to do this shit.
Yeah, because the patriarch is like, oh, it's okay that you don't do this. Or whatever.
And somewhere along the lines, so a member of your Yakuza family shoots a Tojo clan member. Previous games, Tojo clan's like one of the big ones. So that's what Kazuma Kiryu was fourth chairman of.
Yeah, that's what I'm like always lost on.
Yeah, because if you don't know anything, you know, Because I didn't know what
Yeah.
the fuck they were talking about either, but I eventually got it after a while because of all the backstory they do. There's like a million cutscenes in this game,
Yes.
and a lot of
Which
them
I
long.
dislike a lot.
And the end of it, the ending cutscene is like 42 minutes. So, yeah, there's a lot. But I like the cutscenes a lot about halfway through. Then I was like, alright, I really want to just fight shit.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 cutscenes at the beginning before you even get to fight.
Yeah.
That bugged the shit out of me.
Yeah. But, because that happens, because one of your dudes shoots one of their dudes, you go back to the patriarch, the dude that adopted you, essentially, uh, Masuma Arakawa. Is that how you say it? Right?
I don't know.
And he's like, Ichi, I need you to do this for us. And you're like, do what? And he's like, take the fall. So you go eat a whole bunch of beef bowls, because it's like your last meal before you go to prison, and you're in there for 18 years.
Jesus.
And you come out, and it's like, what year is it? 2000, 2010 when you get back? Some shit like that. Something wild. Maybe 2018. I don't know.
You have a smartphone, so.
Yeah. And you get out, and isn't that where you meet Adachi?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, he's the next detective, and he joins your party, and like comes and hangs out with you. And eventually, you go back and try to find Arakawa and be like, I'm out. But when you get there, he shoots you in the chest, and you get dumped in the city of Kamurocho. Or what was that called? It's not Kamurocho, is it? It's
I'm not gonna be good with any of these names.
it's a different place. I think it's starts with an I. Ijincho. Yeah. Where you're found by a homeless dude named Nanba. And he nurses you back to health. And then so your journey begins to go find Arakawa and find out why the fuck he shot you. How'd you feel about the game?
I enjoyed it a little bit. The cutscenes, like having so much story and cutscenes and shit, just like turned me off. The beginning, I was struggling, but there's less cutscenes as you go.
Yeah.
Like in the middle, it's not as obnoxious. In the beginning, it's really obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
Then at the end, it's like it just has a few long ones.
Yeah. Basically, to sum it all up, you're on that journey. You meet new friends. They help you fight your way through. You eventually like have to gather the 3 gangs and have them all work together against some group, because it turns out your brother, quote unquote, is running for governor, and he's really fucking shit up, and he's really dirty, and he's trying to bleach the world of Yakuza and all this shit. And then there's a cool little twist that's spoiler alert, where you are actually your patriarch's real son, and he was the fucking one that was not. And you were switched at birth, being shoved into coin lockers as babies.
Yeah.
But you find that out at like the end, essentially. So
That's. I don't know. I don't know if I like that.
where the person grabbed the wrong baby.
Yeah, it's like, why are there 2 babies?
Well, the one was running from the other group and shoved their baby in there, and the other one was told to fucking put a baby in a locker to have one of his associates pick it up, and they all fucked it up. But yeah, coin locker baby.
Did we ever find out what that drug was that he took to get himself to be able to walk?
No. They just said he went Western medicine or whatever. some shit like that. But yeah, because he's in a wheelchair, and you're like basically your job at the beginning was taking care of him, and he's a
with
fucking
the
he's a sour bastard about it. He's always angry.
called.
He's the one that shot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he's the one that shot the Tojo clan dude, right?
Oh, okay. Is he?
I thought he
Probably.
was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But there's a shit ton of stuff to do in this game, so let's talk about the gameplay. I'll spoil the end of the story later.
I just got done collecting cans.
Hell yeah. Dude, I played that minigame so much. Collect
Did
cans
you?
to make money.
I only played it like 3 or 4 times.
I played it for a couple hours.
Nice. I got S's on the first 2.
Same. I don't know if I S'd the last one.
I didn't do it yet. Probably going to.
Nice. Yeah.
Any other mini games you enjoyed?
There's tons of minigames in this. You can play golf, play baseball, play Dragon Kart, which is basically like a shitty version of Mario Kart,
Yeah.
where you are pretty much guaranteed to win every time.
I lost a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
You just like hit them with a rocket and go.
Well,
Like-
if you're in front and then they hit you with rockets.
I never lost first place once I got first place. Like I was like miles ahead of them. I didn't even buy any extra carts or anything.
Yeah, I did on the second try, I didn't first try shit. It was easy though.
You can play shogi, which I don't know how to play shogi, so
Me either. I tried to.
yeah.
Didn't work.
There's like my favorite mini game. I played like 6 hours straight on it, pretty much. What's that? The business management simulation,
Oh.
which is its own whole side story. Because there's tons of side stories in this game. Where
Feels like you have to play that game though. It's the only thing I don't like about it.
I didn't feel like I needed to play it. I just wanted. The only reason I played that to completion is because that one part of the game where you need to get 3 million yen or whatever and run against your brother in the election. So.
Yeah, I was stuck there for a while.
Yeah, that's the reason I played it, because I looked up, I was like, how do I get money fast? And it's like, business management sim. So I played it, and I was like, oh, this is a whole ass side story. This is sick.
What I mean is that the amount of money you get relative to that from battling people is like minuscule. You get like 1,000, maybe 2,000 yen per fight.
On the higher level ones, too, I think you get more.
Well, most of the game they give you like barely any.
Yeah, see, in
I
the
think-
second one,
I think even the higher level ones only give you like 10k.
Yeah, in the second one, dude, you can like make money big time by killing stronger enemies.
Okay.
Especially bosses. Bosses will give you like 400,000 sometimes, 600,000. Like, it's crazy. But that's like mid game and up. It's I don't know, about a third, maybe halfway through the game. It's really hard to make money in Hawaii in that game at first, and then you like learn different ways of doing it. A real fun way to do it was whenever you're in Japan with Kiryu, because you share money. If you make a shitload of money there, which is really easy, and then whenever you go back to Kasuga in Hawaii, you just have an ass load. So.
I just beat a group of guys that were level 26 to 30, and I got 2,900 yen.
Are you playing it right now?
Yes.
Why?
Just so I have a reference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, business management sim's cool. You just buy properties and then improve them, and then you start making commercials, and
Yeah,
eventually
commercials are weird.
you like amass a fucking property empire, and you get to like your goal is to get to number 1 on the charts as the best business in Japan or whatever. But
I
yeah,
didn't like all the micromanaging in it.
I loved it. I love that game.
Really?
Yeah. I was just like,
I was like, oh man, my employees are dissatisfied again. What the fuck?
I always just paid them a bunch. That was like one of the first things I would do, and I hardly ever switched them out either.
Yeah, I never switched them out. It's just I did those. Was it the space flight, space tour?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Training.
Yeah.
Yeah, you train them up, make your employees better. And then you do like business conferences where you have to beat them at this weird game. I don't know, where you like quickly react to what they say to stop them from trying to shun you, and then they all end up loving you.
Yeah, I finally got the hang of it.
Yeah, it took me a minute too. I didn't understand it at first. I only lost like 2 battles the whole time, but I was like, I don't really understand how this works.
Yeah.
Go to the batting cages.
Which is hard as shit.
I like the batting cages.
I had so much trouble trying to get that fucking thing to follow.
Oh, the fucking where you have to follow the cursor to like a lower square
Yeah.
if he changes up his pitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you like golf?
Golf was fun.
Nice. I was not good at golf. We were good at opposite things.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I got S's on, what was it? Get closest to the hole or whatever. That was fun. That and bingo. Bingo is weird because the bingo board moves side to side.
Yeah, I didn't really get deep into it like that.
Did you play the movie game?
I did for the sub story. I didn't play it after that. There's like 50 sub stories in this game, and like there's a bunch of random ass shit you do in them.
Yeah, the movie one's my favorite. What?
I forget exactly what you had to do in that. Like stop the sheep, stop falling asleep or something.
Yeah, you're trying to stay up and watch the movie, and these sheep guys pop up and try to put you to sleep. And they're the directional buttons, and then they're the face buttons, or whatever you call them, the YBAX. You gotta press them as they pop up while they cast spells on you to put you to sleep. And I got S on every single one of them.
Nice.
I got S like twice on the last one because I fucked it up and did something else in the game and lost my save progress.
Did you do the sub story? How many sub stories did you do? Did you like do all of them?
I did a lot of them, I think.
Did you do the one where you have to get spicy kimchi?
Yeah, I got that. I gave it to the old lady.
And she runs on she's on fire because she's like so old she can't walk. She goes, give me the spicy kimchi. She just starts fucking booking it across streets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun little side stories in there. What was your favorite?
I don't know if I had a favorite. Nothing's like coming to mind. Mostly did battles, and I like the random enemies and shit. There's that peeing one. That's what sticks in my mind because I failed it like a bunch of times on accident.
Oh, the one where they're pissing over the
Yeah.
thing, and you got to tell which one's actually pissing in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
You fail it?
No, I got it.
Okay. First guy I picked, he's watering a plant.
Oh. Oh wait, yeah, no, I did fail it, and I did do that same thing. Yes, I do. Yeah, I did fail it the first time. That shit's annoying. But I got it on the second try, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I like the Dragon Kart story, too, that was fun. I mean, it's not really a story, it's just a bunch of racers coming up to you saying, you're a bitch, and you won't win, and then you do.
Yeah. Yeah, like the sumo wrestler and shit.
Mm-hmm. there's an upgrade weapon thing in this game where you can upgrade weapons and armor.
The Romance Workshop.
Yeah. And you have to sometimes you gotta get, instead of just upgrading your normal weapon, you gotta get a weapon and some materials to craft it to a different upgraded weapon, and then you take that upgraded weapon and then do the same thing over again. Did you get the legendary bat?
No.
I did. Has like fucking, it turns gold and doesn't turn gold, I'm pretty sure it's already gold. And it gets barbed wire wrapped around it and fucking spikes shooting out of it, and it's like on electricity. It's pretty sweet.
Pretty sick.
And fucking fuck people up with that thing. But the business management sim doesn't just give you mad amounts of money that makes you basically be able to just buy anything in the game that's great.
Yeah.
It gives you a tax. And you can you get a tax where you're just smacking people with fucking wads of cash. And the last one, whenever you beat it, you basically get to just make a phone call to like a satellite in space, and it just shoots a laser beam down and kills everybody.
I think Stack Slap is stupid.
Why? It does so much damage.
I think it's stupid. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. You're like beating people with baseball bats and like slapping people with a bunch of paper is somehow supposed to do something.
It's Japanese, man. It's how it works. We don't question it.
But I thought you got that from the stupid ass breaker class.
What, the money thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I never did the breaker class.
You didn't? I didn't.
You get it from the Ichiban thing. Ichiban special, Ichiban Confections, that's your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that shit's like a lot of fun.
Then it switches to Ichiban Holdings.
Yeah. And he like freaks out on fucking the girls because they spent like $2 billion on that fucking giant skyscraper. Your mascot's a chicken, and you can use him in your business agreements.
Yeah, that's what I do. He's got that 5-point skill or whatever.
Mm-hmm. You want those like small ones that hit him fast and like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but you at least want one of each too.
Yeah, you want one of each. I always like to have one that has like a high hit, and the other three like lower, like 7, 5. My high one will be like 10 or 12, and then I just did it like that. Worked out pretty well. That's the part I didn't understand, was like for like half the fucking quest was that you had to match them. Like blue and blue, green and green.
Yeah. You don't have to. I kind of spam chicken all the time.
Yeah, I mean it works, but it works like way more effective once you get up higher in it. You know?
Yeah. The thing to be careful for is if you whenever they first ask you a question, they get 3 shields. And if you break that, then you don't get any negative, and you get +2% to your success rate or whatever.
I just hit them hard and fast, man. And then they were all hearts. A lot of times it would come down to the wire, but it worked. That was just more the end, though. At the beginning, like to midpoint of that whole thing, I was just fucking bam, 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 and like had tons of time left on the clock. It was a fun game, though. I don't know. I really liked it.
I enjoy it. I don't know. It just seemed like it wasn't much of a mini game. You just kind of go through menus and you manage shit.
Well, I thought you were into that kind of thing.
Kind of. Like I prefer
FTL or
XCOM
whatever,
2.
and XCOM, yeah.
I prefer XCOM 2 because it gets rid of all of the micromanaging. Like having to build armor for people and keep switching the armor, that bugs me.
Wait, what was the one we played for the show? XCOM 1?
Yeah.
Okay, and 2 gets rid of that?
Yeah.
Dude, that was my whole complaint with like the first one. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. There's like all these menus, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it took me some time to get used to it.
Shit, I might play 2 then. Gets rid of that. Is it just as brutal though? I bet.
Oh yeah. They could. I don't know. There's the orb thing, which is the replacement for the disc, which it's about as annoying as the disc is.
I didn't even get that far, so I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
And then there's the sectopods, which are fucking atrociously annoying in the first one. I don't know if they're as bad in the second one. Nah. Because in the first one, they always do Overwatch. So they auto Overwatch all the time. It just fucking fucks you up.
Yeah. I don't know. I might try it though.
Yeah.
Thing about Ichiban is he grew up playing video games, and he sees everything like you're in an RPG, and there's tons of references to Dragon Quest and all this other shit. So whenever you go into a battle, like you could just see some thugs walking down the street, and whenever you enter the battle, they like change form, and so do you. If you have like a different outfit or whatever, like you can just have like hero armor.
Yeah, I wore that for a while.
But they'll turn into like weird monster versions that aren't really monsters. I don't know. How would you explain it?
About that monster version.
Like they're just dressed up in weird suits. Like there's dudes that flash you. Like they run around and like you'll run into the battle and he'll just have he'll magically have a trench coat on with nothing underneath of it, and he's like, yeah, and opens it up, and you get like poisoned or afraid or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like random shit like that. There's
Or
pseudo
lowered
trash.
their accuracy and shit. Pseudo trash is funny.
Yeah, they're just like trash bags, and you'll like walk by like some trash, and they'll pop out, and they're just like legs. They don't have their arms out. They just have their legs and their head out, and they're like bouncing around.
Yeah, and they kind of high step around.
Yeah, like a little dance.
Yeah.
Just tons of random shit like that. So it's a really fun, enjoyable game, like in that sort of way, where you're always gonna get a laugh.
Hey, you said you did all the vocational school shit, did you?
Yes. Yeah, there's a vocational school because you also have a stat menu like style, romance, what is it? Charisma, just random shit like that. And that's what you do in the vocational school is you can bump those stats up a bunch. And you need them for certain things. Like they give you buffs, like permanent buffs. So, and the vocational school is a very weird.
It's passion, confidence, charisma, kindness, intellect, and style.
Yeah, there you go. That. Did you max any of those out?
No.
No. Okay.
I got passion to 7 and confidence to 7, and everything else is 5. Style is 6.
I have everything 8 and up, but we'll start with the vocational school. It's just a string of tests that are 5 questions each, and you have to get 3 right to pass. And it's just trivia questions, essentially, about the specific subjects. You got sports, you got like Japanese history, just normal history.
You have questions about one that's based off the map.
Yeah, it's just a big whole thing, and I found it really fun, honestly. I like trivia, so I mean, how'd you like it?
I like it when I know like something about the trivia.
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 tests I straight up looked up the answers for because I was like, I don't know anything about this, and I'm not going to sit here and waste money and time in the game doing this because they cost money to fucking take, and it's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
If you don't do that business sound, you're going to be mad about those prices. It's like $50,000 to take a test.
Yeah, I forget what I was going to say.
Oh. Well, I'll just talk about this. I don't know if you know this, but there is a romance thing in this game where you can romance like I think 6 to 8 people in the world. Did you know that?
No, I didn't do any of that.
Okay. Well,
I didn't even know how you do that.
you have to get each person has their own specific trait that they like charisma or whatever. And so the girl at Romance Workshop, you can romance her. And I forget which one's her thing, but she also has a favorite gift. And you'll never know what that gift is, I don't think, unless you look it up. So I looked it up. And it's like, say it's roses. She'll be like, you'll get your thing to level 3, your charisma to level 3. We'll just say that. I'm pretty sure hers isn't charisma, though. You're level 3, and you give her 1 rose. And then you'll hit talk again to her, like in the menu, instead of like upgrade, you hit talk. You'll be like, I can't really figure out how to talk. I think it would be better if my charisma was level 6. And you do that, and then you give her 3 bouquets of roses. And then you keep going up until the top, and then it shows a scene where you like pseudo fuck her. You don't actually fuck her, and it doesn't show anything regarding that, but you can tell what it's supposed to be, because like the girl all of a sudden just wants you. Same thing with the vocational school girl. I romanced her.
Yeah.
The dude gets really pissed, that obsessed dude. He gets really pissed about that and runs away. And you run into him again in the second game, where you do the same thing to him again. He gets really fucking upset. But the big romance thing is Psycho. One of your ally characters. I think you have to get your passion to like level 10, and give her all, which is extremely hard to do, to get like all the way up to 10. But you can romance her. I didn't do that one because that was just a lot of work. So, the ones I can remember though are the Romance Workshop girl, Psycho, Vocational School girl. Dude, I romanced like 4 or 5 of them. I'm trying to remember which ones I did. I'm more or less remembering the ones from Infinite Wealth as well, though. The barmaid at Survive Bar. You can romance her. I'm pretty sure I did that one. But I can't remember any other ones. Surprised you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't do the bonding thing forever. I didn't know the bar was a specific bar. I thought when you ate it did that.
No. Oh, the cool thing about Infinite Wealth, if you order certain things off the menu together, you get drink links, and you'll have another whole ass conversation there. It's way shorter, maybe a minute or 2 long, but it's cool because you like get to know the characters more. But you can do that at like almost every restaurant in that game. Those are what are called drink links, I think, in that game. I don't know what they're called at the bar though. Maybe it's the same thing. I have no idea. But that goes for both of them. I'm trying to look up who all you
Play Mahjong?
No, I did not play Mahjong.
Oh no, I also didn't know how to play that.
Oh, the girl for the business management sim, you can romance her. Vocational school girl, Psycho. The Hello Work girl, you can. Romance Workshop. The Survive Bar girl. So I just didn't do. Psycho, and I didn't do the business management sim girl. Those are the only 2 I didn't do. I don't think I did business management.
I like Psycho.
Yeah, so do I.
I watched all the movies with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, your opinion might change in the second one because you get a hotter ally. And she's way nicer to you, and she actually likes you. Yeah. Well, that whole thing, like, I'll just spoil the beginning of it because it doesn't matter. That whole thing is like one of the first things you do in the second one is you admit to Psycho that you like her, and you guys go out on a date, and then you totally blow it because at the end of the first date you're like, if we ever have kids and I want to marry you and I love you and I want to do this and I want to do that, and she just straight leaves and doesn't talk to you for 2 years. And that's like a big thing throughout the whole game. It's like, oh, yeah. Like there's even like a dating app thing that you can do in that game. And the whole purpose of it is to get yourself experienced to for your girl when you go back and try and get her back. And in the first one, I did it perfectly. I went to go meet up with them, and it was just some dude in a fucking apartment building. You just straight get catfished. That game's hilarious.
There was that naked guy that she had to help.
Yeah, didn't you have to get his like clothes back for him or something?
You had to help him like go through town, I think, without people seeing him.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. All right.
Yeah. And there's all the weird bath people that you have, I forget what the fuck they were called. They they'd be in Speedos and they'd have inflatable pool toys.
You didn't even mention the babies.
The babies, oh yeah.
The man babies that like
Yeah.
baby play. They returned in the second one too.
Did you meet Mr. Masochist again?
Yes.
He's like, I want you to fight me.
Yeah. How'd that go for
Yeah. And, it was weird.
Yeah, you gotta
do like no damage and he just like bends over every time you attack him.
There's two different side stories. There's one with Mr. Masochist that you're trying to. Yeah, no, that's one story where the girl is shitty at being a dominatrix, and the dude just wants somebody to actually give him pain because he's just so used to it now. And that's Mr. Masochist. Yeah, this game has.
Did you ever figure out that fucking game with the there's little statues and you have to find like 5 of the real ones and the fake ones explode?
I don't remember that one.
Oh, okay. That was a pain in the ass.
Do you remember the fucking the street sweeper? The fucking robot?
I have that as an employee.
Do you? I think I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get him if you complete the whole quest, right? Because his is a multi-quest thing. You have to invest in his business, much like the Romance Workshop, which you also have to invest money in to make it better.
It's ridiculous, though. I think the last one is like 20 million.
Mm-hmm. Something crazy. Yeah, there was that one. Then there was the babies. Fuck, I'm trying to. I just can't. I'll never forget that because that was just so strange. Because it just started out with trying to get warm milk for somebody, and it was just this gang of Yakuza babies. Any other notable sub-stories? You there?
Yeah. I'm trying to find Nancy. The lobster.
Oh, Nancy the lobster.
Yeah.
You have him as a pet in the second one, and he comes to Hawaii
Nice.
with you. And you find a fucking a snail on the beach, and Nancy falls in love with the snail, and then you have to save the snail from bad guys. Yeah.
That's one way to go.
Yeah, he puts him up on his shoulder, Nancy, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go to Hawaii?" And he's like, "Yes."
So what's your favorite classes?
Ooh, okay. I love my hero class. It's easily the best class in the game because you have that revive thing that stops you from not getting killed.
Oh, the hero class.
Yeah, I love the hero class. I just love Ichiban, just in general. Like, that's my favorite game character. My favorite game was always Final Fantasy X, and I think story-wise it still is. But, like, I can't rightfully put that above this game for me, personally. So I have to have them tied for first, for me. Like, I just fucking love this game and love that character so much. You hated Tidus, and I was very surprised to hear you say you liked Ichiban.
They're different people.
They are, but they're both still kind of dumb.
The setting of Final Fantasy is a lot different than the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when you get out of prison, like one of the first things you do is go and get a new haircut, and they give you a fucking punch perm. So you just have this giant fro.
Yeah, I love that. I like his hair.
Yeah. And they call him the dude who made the street sweeper robot thing. Always calls him Lord Shrub. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
No.
Same thing with the Sujimon dude. That's what they're called. They're called Sujimon in this game, the enemies.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like in the second one, there's actually a Sujimon League, and it's literally Pokemon, but in a different way, and it's really fun. Like, it's really fun. They even have, like, he's like, you gotta go on a quest to be the very best, like no one ever was. And I was like, please don't please don't do anything bad to this game, Nintendo. Please. Don't make them change. But you have like an Elite Four in that game too.
Oh.
Yeah. You capture them with presents. And they join your team. And it's all about the bond you have with your Sujimon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally Pokemon, dude. To a T. They even have type differences.
I don't know how I feel about naming him Sujimon.
Mm-hmm.
Because fucking Dave the Diver had a thing like that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's like Fishmon or whatever the fuck they were called. And they had like special powers that other fish didn't have.
You straight up get a Suji Dex. Yeah, in the second one. I don't know if you get a Suji Dex in this one, do you? I
Pretty sure.
Well, because that was like the point in the game where there was so much fucking talking. That's like, when I met somebody that was just explaining something else to me, I'm just tapping through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got real over it. I only did it a couple times, but that was one of them. But whenever you see like an enemy in the second one, it'll be like added to the Suji Dex.
Suji Dex.
Yeah. Like even the bosses were added to Suji Dex after you beat.
Yeah,
them.
there's a Suji Dex. Nice. It's on your phone.
I didn't fuck around with my phone in the game that much.
Either. You got taxis. Take photos.
Is there an MP3 player in that one? In this one?
Doesn't look like it.
There is in the second one, and it's sweet because you can preset it with all the songs from the series and walk around and fucking jam out. It's pretty cool.
You can also get the chicken to fight for you.
Oh yeah, Pound Mates. We didn't talk about Pound Mates.
Yeah.
Only Kasuga can use Pound Mates. It's a hero service of sorts where you call and pay money to somebody and they show up and do a special attack for you. Or like cause a status effect. Like the dude from the movie thing, the actor guy, he comes in and like freezes everybody.
Huh.
Or some shit. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Masochist. Mr. Masochist is a Pound Mate. Pretty much everybody's a Pound Mate if you get through their fucking sub-story.
That's a weird word to use with Mr. Masochist.
Yeah.
It's a Pound Mate.
Pound Mates in general.
Kinda gay.
Well, they set it up like you were gonna go like an escort service, and then you find out it's a fucking, it's a phone call thing where people fight for you. It's like, holy shit, are you whoever you that giant black dude with like the fucking steel things on his fists?
Yeah.
He's just like, oh god, you're not who we called. And he's like, who you want me to fucking pound? I'm like, what?
How do you even use the Pound Mates thing?
If you go, I think it's when you're in the battle menu as Casca, you hit the left button, and then it'll show Pound Mates as one of the options. Pretty sure that's how it was. You get literally everything that's in this game is in the second game too, and I think that's how that worked. Or you go to options or something like that.
I'm in a battle and I'm not getting it to pop up.
You have to be Kasuga.
Yeah, I'm causing it.
Hit triangle.
Try. It's the skills.
Oh, it's in skills.
Is it in skills?
Maybe. It's. Oh, it could be in options. Try options.
Etc. There we go.
Oh, etc. Okay.
Yeah. I want to see what the chicken does.
But there's like a shit ton of pound mates. Mr. Mask is the baby dude. I'm pretty sure is a fucking pound mate. What's the chicken do?
Omelet.
Yeah, the chicken's name is Omelet. What does it do then?
Egg of wonders.
Is it
It just sits there and then it runs around in a bunch of circles. Then dramatically shoots an egg out of its ass at you.
At you?
Yeah, you dodge it and then you dive for it. Then crack the egg open and eat some rice.
Okay.
And it heals everybody.
Who all you? Who is your team? Let's talk about it. Who'd you have on your team?
What's his name? The gangster dude.
Zhao.
Yeah. And then, what's her name? The business chick?
Erie?
Yeah.
ERI? Something like that?
Yeah.
I never used her at all.
I use her because I use 2 healers.
And Psycho then, right?
Yeah.
I had Nanba, Adachi, and Psycho. For the final battle, at least. Usually it was... I think that was my normal team. No. I had, what's his name? The fucking white-haired guy.
Oh, yeah. His name's like the most foreign.
Oh, Junki or whatever. Yeah, I think it was Jungi. I swapped him and Namba. Yeah, I swapped him and Namba out every once in a while. I just played with both of them because I like their shit.
I tried to use him once, but I didn't have him leveled.
He can fuck people up.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. I didn't like really dive into the classes though. Let's get back to that. You want to call out some of the things since you're in there, or can you not see them right now?
Going to it right now. I'm almost there. But is it? I like the enforcer class a lot because whenever you level it up, it gives you more defense.
It's the best class for it, Dachi.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We got bodyguard, host, breaker, foreman, musician, chef, enforcer, and fortune teller. And then everybody else has a one class that's their own, except for Ichiban, who's got 2 classes that are his own.
What's the second class? Hero and what?
Freelancer.
Oh yeah, I always forget that's a thing. And you're basically just a Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Throw down and do a bunch of grapples. I didn't fuck around with the class system much in this. I had Adachi just as his normal detective self. I thought I switched to Enforcer, but I didn't. Nanba I kept as a homeless dude because he like lights motherfuckers up. And Psycho I kept as a... well, I changed her to a... What's the healing class called?
Idol.
Yeah, an idol. And Ichiban just kept him at hero. Second one, I'd experimented with every single class. And...
yeah, you said you didn't use the Night Queen.
No, I used the Night Queen in the second one, and Chef. I made Namba a Chef. That's his best class for him.
That's basically how I beat the game, was having leveling up the chicks in their different ways.
Nice. Yeah, because
I used as the idol, they heal their MP, and I used there's a candle where an attack where you throw hot candle wax on the enemy, and it does 2 hits. It hits twice and does 200 damage each.
Oh, nice. I didn't have that.
Yeah, and that was on the last boss. or the second last boss.
That was nice. That's nice.
Yeah, this fight took too long.
Yeah, whenever you level up in a different class, whatever class you go to, you take some of those skills with you. And in the second one, it works a little differently, where you can assign what skills come with you. So you can just be like a total fucking freak, like in the second one, like that. And you can like do builds basically, in the sense of a word. This one I didn't really fuck around with that much. I didn't realize that you could level them up that fast. I didn't figure that out to the second game. So, whatever.
It's basically just like a level 1 thing all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to start fresh.
Yeah. Eventually, let's get back to the story. Eventually, after a whole bunch of crazy ass shit happens, you are going after your brother, and you fight different members of the Tojo clan, and eventually you have to fight Kiryu, so he'll tell you some shit. You just have to prove your worth to him that you need to know. And go to the top of the Millennium Tower, and you fight your brother, and whenever it comes down to fighting your brother, you guys do like this dramatic fucking crazy fist fight. And the cops are after him, he escapes, and he goes to kill himself at the coin lockers, and you find him, and there's this really dramatic scene where you're like trying to talk him out of it, and he just starts crying. I teared up. I was emotionally invested in that. And the Bleach Japan dude rolls up and fucking stabs him. And that's how, then you roll credits, because you're running off with your brother's body, just trying to run to a hospital for help or some shit. That's just summing everything up. I'm not getting into all the details of the story. This is just so much.
It tried to shoot you, what the fuck?
Yeah, and the last cutscene, you guys are talking about what's going to happen next, and your brother and your dad are your dad dies. Arakawa dies. He gets shot along the lines somewhere in there. That was another really fucked up moment.
Why did his dad get assassinated?
Because he was trying to cause, this is a big story point, he was trying to cause the Great Dissolution, or be a part of it, and like dissolve the Yakuza clans to make for a better world. Or a better world in Japan or whatever. And
so he was a Yakuza, but he was performing at a play.
What?
When they, at the very beginning, whenever that your dad's dad, your
dad's dad? What?
Yeah, the dude who you thought was the other dude's dad, your brother's dad.
Yeah, but it's really your dad. Arakawa,
Yeah.
the patriarch. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Remember when he was the cross-dressing, like play that they did at the very beginning of the game?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was. It was like his dad was like it was a gangster dude, and then a gangster samurai, and then he was a gangster samurai, and
oh, okay, I think I remember.
Yeah,
this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's hard after 105 hours to remember some of the events. But yeah, he gets assassinated because a lot of the Yakuza don't want their shit to dissolve, because they won't be rich and they'll be out of a job, and it fucks their life because that's all they know, and he gets assassinated. Yeah. So the end cutscene is like both your dad and your brother are dead, and you guys talk about what's next, and that's where it leaves off to the next game. So, how'd you feel about the game as a piece, as a whole?
There's a few things I don't like about it, like how if your main character falls in battle, then the game's over. You can't switch your classes outside of going to a specific place on the map.
Wait, you can't switch to places on the map.
You can't switch your job unless you go to the...
Yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's so used to like fucking FF10 where it's like you can just switch like right there.
Oh, 10-2, you mean?
10-2, yeah.
Yeah, I love 10-2, man. Shit was fun. I don't
Yeah.
care how much hate it gets. That story is straight garbo, but it's a fun fucking game. It's snappy like this too, like fast. That's what I really like about the.
I have like no idea what the story of 10-2 was.
Oh, honestly, there kind of wasn't one.
Yeah, you just kind of wandered around looking for tight ass.
It's like, oh, he's out there somewhere, and that's how I started this journey. And then it's like, there's these shitty dudes. Then we find things in spheres, and oh god, this fucking crazy weapon. Bevel's at it again with their secrecy. And then you like kill it, and if you get 100% in the game, you bring back Titus. You get a cutscene where you bring him back, which completely undoes everything in 10.
Yeah. That would be funny if that was like they made like a 10-3 and fucking
Well, there's
like
big
all
talk
the
of that.
religions back. And
Yeah.
it's like you brought this back, you know. Sin's back somehow.
There is big
Titus
talk.
just turns into sin.
Yeah. I'd be so upset. There is big talk of that happening. Like,
I don't know why they did it with 13.
I think somebody said there was like a light confirmation that they were going to do that. And there's also a thing where they're going to remake 9 in the style of 7 remake, and same thing with 10 apparently.
Oh.
And 9 in the way it was excellent.
I don't
Except
think
for
they're
the
going to.
Except for the slow fucking battle system. Well, all this is supposedly going to happen after Remake Part 3. That way they're done with 7.
I know Square Enix is like retarded and has made like some ultra bad decisions and some super bad games. But like, I don't know, like not saying that these would be bad. I'm saying that I don't know if they can keep up the hype train with how they're doing 7. Because sales have been falling off. I heard sales have been falling off. They might have jumped up by now. But like for the second remake of 7,
Part 2, yeah.
yeah.
I
don't think it's a good way to do it.
Well, their problem is this is what they keep doing wrong. Let's wait. Why can't you just wait to release it when you have the ability to release it on Steam and PS5? They made it a PS5 exclusive. So there's one thing. And then they don't release it to Steam.
Yeah, that's retarded.
I mean, I have a PS5. I don't care. But everybody else does who doesn't own a PS5 and has a computer.
Yeah.
And like that's like the thing about the PC Master Race that everybody talks about. Well, you don't get your games as fast, like ever. It's like, I guess you can wait. Like, that's fine. But if that's the decision, why even bitch about it? It's like, you know it's going to come.
Yeah.
So why bitch?
Because it's like weird they have to downgrade it to a console first when they made it on a computer to begin with.
Well, that's the thing with consoles. Your games are better optimized. Like, no matter what. Like, you're not going to have crashes. You're not going to have, like, this shit wrong with it. It's not going to have this issue. It's like, it's literally made for this console, and that's why it's going
It's
better.
lowest common denominator, though.
What do you mean?
Like, since everybody's equipment is the same, and going to stay the same, they have, like, limitations as it gets older that computers don't have.
Yeah. But,
And you also have to make, like, if you bought a computer for $500, it wouldn't be a very great computer. But that's how much a PS5 costs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
So they have to, like, make budget cuts to make it worth selling in the first place.
Well, that's the thing. My PS5 has the same graphics card as the one in my computer. Like it's just I've made my computer to be as good as a PS5. And like as for processor, I don't know, but being better optimized means you get better like graphical things. You just get all this like extra shit that's like it's made for this, so it's going to best be fit on this no matter what. Like the FPS and all that shit. Like, oh, I have like a million FPS on this game. Well,
Yeah, the FPS is a big deal for a lot of people.
yeah, but it doesn't make any sense because your eye can only see up to 120 tops.
Yeah, but it makes it more fluid.
And it usually breaks it at 60. Like the human eye usually only sees 60 to 80. But you can go up, the eye can also see 120, but everybody's body's different. So it could vary between there.
Pretty sure it's 60 frames a second is how the eye works.
It is, but like everybody's different, and I think me and Joseph were talking about it, and he was looking some shit up, and like apparently some people can see up to 120 somehow. I don't know.
I don't know about that, but that I know dogs actually have a higher refresh rate on their eyes than we do.
Yeah, but you're right. It does make it more. It does make it more fluid, but at a point like that.
Well, I'm not like a graphics whore, so I don't really.
Neither am I.
Care that much.
That's why I don't care about my FPS. Like my Halo Infinite on here runs 100.
Well, FPS can affect gameplay.
Yeah, but your FPS really only matters at those high numbers with that fluidity for online gaming, like player versus player, like shit like that. But if you're playing a single player game, the fuck you bitching about? Like, it's not that big of a deal. You don't need to just constantly see more. You don't need to see past 120 or 60 or whatever. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not going to affect you in any way. If your claim is you cannot beat this game because it's not so fluid, then you're just bad at the game.
People that I hear complain is it's like fucks with their eyes because they're so used to it being at a higher frame rate, so they see it at a lower frame rate and their eyes like get all weirded out. Because it just looks like so much slower than it normally would, you know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know. I play all different kinds of games, like old and new, and nothing.
Well, I'm saying people that get used to the 120 frame rate and then they go back to like a 30, they're like, oh my god, what is this?
I guess. I don't know. I don't have the issue, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But so I can't comment on that. Sounds
How do you
like
feel
kind of
about
sounds
these...
like bullshit,
Sorry.
honestly. It sounds kind of bullshit. I'm not trying to say anybody's wrong, but that sounds like a load of horse shit. Sounds like a you problem kind of thing. But
what do you think about these billboard guys?
What billboard guys?
They have a billboard around their neck that has spikes on it and they have a little golden hat.
Is it like an enemy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember.
The Invonera billboard.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, wait. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Those guys are weird. Did you ever find...
they're so annoying.
Did you ever find, like, the metal snake dudes that are in, like, beanbag chairs? Or not beanbag chairs. Sleeping bags. They're in sleeping bags. Look like worms.
No.
Okay. All right, maybe that's just in the second one.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know in this one, there's like an enemy that has a different form where it's like extremely, like, it has like extreme defense and it's hard to beat. And you get like a shit ton of points and money for killing them. That's one of those Dragon Quest references. That's one of those metal slimes from Dragon Quest. It's like that kind of thing. We didn't talk about the fucking bar links though.
Yeah.
Each character has their own like little side story, and as you progress through the game or level up your relationship with them, you'll eventually be able to talk to them again at the bar after every single talk you have with them, and you get all the way through their story, and it gives you buffs like they'll chain attack more, their attacks will be stronger, or they'll like have like, I don't know, something special happen with them for fights. But those are extremely useful, which you've said you found out at the end of the game.
Yeah, I found out towards the end.
I was playing Demon Souls and I was like, did you do this? You're like, what?
I found out like a day or two before you told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why were you so surprised?
You made it sound like it was something else.
Oh, well, it was important nonetheless. But yeah, so you have those. Those are little side stories too that you can do. Like Adachi's is that dude fucking taking his money all the time.
But yeah. I remember having to do that and it being pretty annoying. Because, was it Zhao's? You actually have to fight some hard enemies, and it's just you and him. And I'm like so used to having healers, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's annoying. Anything else you didn't like about the game?
Oh, really?
I had like the same issues you said. What do you
There's
like? Go on.
like pretty much everything else.
Alright. What'd you love about the game? What'd you like about it?
I like the battling a lot, truthfully.
So do I. It's fun, ain't it? It doesn't
Yeah,
feel like you're doing a chore like most JRPGs.
sometimes it does.
You think so?
Well, I did a lot of grinding, so yeah.
Well, if you're like purposely grinding, I guess. The only time I
Yeah.
purposely grinded was going through the that tower thing. When you say tower, I keep thinking you're talking about the end game tower. There's an end game tower. It's the Millennium Tower all over
Yeah.
again or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you were talking about?
No,
No, it couldn't be.
there's a battle tower.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about where I fought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the only time I grinded. Yeah, that system's really snappy. Reaction commands and shit, like for attacks.
Yeah, I love those.
It's not just boring and clicking the button. Just go 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 go.
There's I don't know where to place this, and it's not really a criticism. It's an observation that I just think is kind of weird. That like your girls have skirts on,
Yeah.
and they'll get ragdolled, and under their skirt is just like straight blackness. It doesn't even look like their legs connect.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I never looked. In
Uh, I'm a pervert. I always have to look.
the second one, they do have underwear on.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, well, the tennis outfit's the one that you see all the time because of the spinning drill moves that she does. But she has like tennis underwear underneath of it that are part of the dress or some shit like that.
Yeah, see, I expected something like that.
Um,
It's weird that there's just nothing under there.
There's a scene in the second one where Chi-chan, the new girl, she's a dancer. That's like her class is like because she's from a rich family, so she was like a ballerina or some shit.
Huh.
And that's like her special class. Well, she's like laying on a bed in this scene with her feet up in the air. And I saw this last night while I was at work on like a Facebook post, and I was like, "What is that?" And I zoom in on her feet, and it's just a straight fucking line. The whole foot looks real, but the foot is flat as fuck. But it has the textures of a foot, and I circled it like in a photo editor and posted it back to the same post. And I was like, "Why no arch? Why no arch for the dancer? What the fuck is this?" Yeah, there's some like little things they might have missed here or there, but everything else like looks pretty great in this game. It's kind of like it's not cartoony, but it's not realistic.
I enjoy running into furniture until it explodes.
Yeah,
And
do
running
that.
into random people.
Let's fucking shove them.
Yeah.
They like say a whole bunch of fucked up shit whenever you like run into it. It's like, "You want some asshole? Fuck you." Yeah, this game's just really fun and enjoyable to me. I just couldn't put it down really. I don't know, every minute just felt like fun. And that's what I look for in games. I want to have fun and actually enjoy shit. So every piece of this I enjoyed a lot. The characters were good. they're fun. They all have their own unique personalities, and their voice actors are really good.
Yeah. I was surprised they did like so many lines. Like, was it they all have the line, well, at least all the men have the line read that's, feel the pain of my scarred soul.
Who did that?
They all do it. It's the musician class. It's one of the first skills you get is like scar me.
Oh.
Yeah. And they all do feel the pain of my shattered soul.
Oh, they each have that same line, but in a
Yeah.
different voice.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So it's not just like a mono
Yeah.
or anything. That's sick. Hell yeah.
Seems like they did like so many different voice lines for them. I bet it's like a shit ton of clips of their voices.
Yeah. Yeah. The studio does pump out good games. So, they put out like, what was it? They put out fucking The Man Without His Name, or The Man Who Erased His Name, and Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and like some other Yakuza game I think too, all within the same year, or just like right back to back to back within like a 6-month span or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're all like big quality, high production games. It's funny you don't like hear about them more. I just think maybe they just make Yakuza games.
They're probably Japanese games.
Oh, well, I thought you were gonna say Japanese studio. I was gonna be like, yeah, they are. You see what all do they make? Yakuza Like a Dragon franchise games. Ooh, did you go to any of the arcades?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to play old Dreamcast games.
Did I?
Yeah. Spike Out. I don't know what was all in this one. I don't really remember that well. Was Spike Out in it? Or like
There was a racing game I played. There was some shooter or arcadey like game, Bulletstorm game that I really enjoyed.
You'll really like this. They made F-Zero GX for the GameCube.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, here, check it. Here's a couple of games that are in the arcades in the second one. And I'm sure they're the same ones. I know this one had Virtua Fighter.
Yeah.
And that's an old game. That shit's fun.
I hate it.
Oh, you
I
don't
couldn't figure it out, no.
It is hard. you have to really play. Daytona USA, that was probably the
I
racing.
just got hit by another car. I got hit by so many cars in
I
this
hardly ever
game.
got hit by one.
I got out of a pause menu and it just hit me.
Let me open this tab. Let's just see. Yakuza Like a Dragon arcade games. What all did they put in there? Virtua Fight. You can play multiple classic Sega arcade games. Space Harrier, Super Hang-On, Outrun, Fantasy Zone, Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter 5.
Fantasy Zone was the one I played. That was nice.
What is it?
Fantasy Zone was the one I played. That was fun. The Bulletstorm one.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like go to arcades and play them and shit. It's fun. Did they have claw machines in this one? I forget.
Yeah.
They had them in the second one too, and you could win prizes, and you gave them to people and shit. Oh, but this
Yeah, I
is
won
cool.
a few prizes.
You want to know what games the studio makes?
What?
Spike Out, Planet Harriers, Daytona USA, Super Monkey Ball 2, Virtua Striker, F-Zero GX, and AX. That one's for the arcade. The Yakuza games. Let me see. It's just a bunch of all that franchise, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
You can do Virtua Fighter in the main menu.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh,
it has
yeah, I guess you
versus mini games.
Oh yeah, you can play 2-player,
Yeah.
like at home on the couch. You can in the second one, I know that. So I'm sure you can do it on the first one if it's in the main menu. Because that's how it is in the second one. So that's cool. They even add couch co-op with old fucking arcade games.
Yeah.
I think these two games really made me like think Sega should have just never made consoles and just made games.
Yeah.
Like I had a Genesis. I loved my Genesis and the games that came out on it. It was cool as fuck. But like,
Did you like the 2 life support systems they attached to it?
no, I never had them. I only played Genesis. Yeah, you mean the Tower of Power or whatever?
There's like 2 different extensions. I forget what they were called.
Yeah, they called the combination of the 3 the Tower of Power.
Oh.
Yeah, like I hope they never make another console. I think it'd be cool because they like really went hard with that Dreamcast. Like the Dreamcast was sweet, dude. But
Yeah.
like just put that love and effort into these games, man. Like fucking
Make
love
another horrible Sonic game.
Oh yeah. I don't know if they're really I heard the new one's pretty good. I just heard that they're taking like a weird turn with it. Like they're kind of going back to Sonic Adventure style.
Yeah.
Which I love.
We've been through the Dark Ages, I'm pretty sure.
I hope. I haven't played a Sonic game in a long time, man. I wouldn't mind playing Adventure again.
I played that not too long ago on something. I forget what the fuck it was.
I don't know. Let's get to the rating and your next game pick.
Okay.
Music. How'd you like it?
I like the music.
What are you giving it 1 to 10?
We're rating each of the things?
Let's rate them. Let's do it. I want to see how much you like this game.
Okay, an 8.
You're going to give it an 8? Alright. I love the battle music. Dun, 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 dun.
I like that epic song when you were fighting Kiru or whatever his name was.
Oh, Cosmic Area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you-
there's like some epic fucking Final Fantasy boss music.
Did you play karaoke at all?
Yeah.
So did I.
That was a little too goofy for me.
It's way better in the
Well,
second one.
I'm terrible at the fucking rhythm games.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah. It's way better in the second one. Like, way better. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like the songs. Who knows?
I love that fucking... There's one song where that was like metal. I like that.
Yeah, that one is in the second one too as well.
Nice. It's about like eating curry or some shit.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
it. They like get into Kiss uniforms in the second one.
You know what's funny? That's probably like the 3rd metal song I've heard about curry. There's a Maximum of the Hormone song that's about curry, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Characters. How do you feel about all that?
I don't know. I don't think I can give that a good review. Or an honest review.
You skip through a bunch, not paying
Yeah.
attention.
Skip through too much.
Alright. I'll give it a 9. I thought a couple stories were like weak, but they were also like the fucking like later characters. They weren't really your main squad, you know?
Yeah, it felt like
Like I felt like Jungi Han and that Eerie girl just were tacked on.
see, I thought Zhao was kind of tacked on too.
Yeah. Yeah, like those last 3 characters.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, more Zhao than Jungi, honestly, I should say.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because Jungi was like a boss.
Well, he was the advisor with the one chick.
Yeah, but he's a boss of a chapter.
Oh, yeah, true.
For sure. Yeah.
One of the bosses in that one, yeah. What do you think of like the world design? I don't know how to like.
Well, it's Japan, right?
Well, no, like the visuals, like the graphics. Like I don't want to call them graphics. Like I don't understand this art style. Like I like it, I just don't know what to call it. Is what I should say.
I think it's like trying to be real.
Trying to be real, you think?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, I got that. I get it. Like, I just don't know what to call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And gameplay. I'm 10 in that one. I love this fucking gameplay so much. I had no issues with it.
I don't really either, but I
Like,
don't
bro, you
know.
pick up bikes and shit when you're next to fucking start
Yeah.
blocking people.
Yeah, but I always hated when you pick up the cones and you hit people with the cones.
It does a shitload of damage.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. The cone's like rubber.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh, this is just a weapon you picked up off the street. I don't know. It's like whenever Kosuke gets his bat, he finds it in the like stuck in the concrete.
Yeah.
Like a sword.
Yeah.
I don't know, what would you rate it?
What, the game?
No, the gameplay.
Gameplay. This. I don't know. Got a drug a little bit for me. The boss battles. Especially the second to last boss battle. And the
Oh, well,
last
that's
boss
just a
battle
long
wasn't
fight.
very entertaining.
That's just
Wasn't
a
very
long
hard.
fight.
Yeah.
There are a couple that are just straight up long fights. I'm giving it a 10. I loved everything about the battle system, so.
I say 7. There could be improvement.
Okay. Overall game, how you feeling?
6.5.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're playing it again.
I'm not playing it again.
Oh, I thought you said you
Good.
were playing it again.
Nah.
It's a 10 for me, man. I was just loving it. Every second of it. Enjoyment.
Well, if I give something a 5, I think a 5 is worth playing. Unless you get, like, 5 is average. So this game is above average. And almost ultra, like, the next level above that.
I remember listening to the show, and this dude was like, no, the 1 to fucking 10 scale is bullshit anyway. 7 is average. Anything above that is better. It's like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well,
As long as you explain your reasoning behind your scale.
yeah, his was just ridiculous because he was going off of like how the internet usually sees it. He's like, well, even the shittiest magazine will give like a shitty game a 6.
Yeah, that's what I think is retarded. Like, with movies, it's like, actually makes more sense.
I call 5 an average.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying, I'm going to give it a 9 or a 10 just because.
This game's definitely worth playing.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyable.
Like, if I was going to be a super critic about it, I would say 9, but myself, I call it 10 because I enjoyed it from
Everything.
fucking beginning to end, 100%. Never got tired of it. You were fucking online with me. That's all I played.
Yeah.
Like, I just love that fucking game so much.
You had a lot of fun with it.
And it actually made me download Yakuza 0 because I'm gonna play the whole fucking series at some point.
See, I have fun, like, running into random objects that explode more than the actual gameplay.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like, sometimes. I don't, like, sit there forever and blow up objects. I fight more than I did objects, so. Blew up shit, so. But just running through these bikes and shit, knocking them all over, and for some reason, some of them just explode. That's, like, so entertaining to me.
Do you think, I'll just ask you this, do you think you'd give it a higher score if the last few hours of your gameplay wasn't having to grind to keep up with the... Because the difficulty spike in this game is insane.
If there was, like, another difficulty spike, like, earlier on that was smaller, it would have made it easier to transition into that chapter 12 difficulty spike.
I had to grind for 9 levels in that tower to be able to even keep up with Gorjo, Majima, and that big dude. The 2 bosses that fight you in that place.
Yeah. the chapter 12 boss that
Yeah,
everybody bitches about.
I was underleveled like a motherfucker. So, like, the transition is definitely not good there. But, I mean, at least you get to go to the tower and get all that cool shit for fighting everybody. Because I got a lot of good, like, equipment. So,
Yeah.
it wasn't just a grind. It was, I get to get my level up and be stronger and get way better gear. So, I think that made up for it a little bit. It only took me an hour to grind through the whole tower, so I wasn't mad.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, I kind of enjoy grinding. It's just they gotta make the grinding enjoyable.
I mean,
Like,
was it more enjoyable than Pokemon's grinding, though?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. Pokemon is my JRPG scale because everybody loves fucking Pokemon. So it's like, if you love this, you're gonna fucking love this.
Pokemon grinding is, like, so easy to do, though.
But it's so slow. I just feel like I'm wasting so much time. I'm like,
I, like, watch TV while I'm doing that.
see, I did that as a kid. And
I move my thumb around in a circle on the D-pad, and then whenever it pops up, I just keep hitting A, and then I do it all over again.
So you look down, no
my
PP
grinding.
left for the move.
Yeah, then I just move to the next move.
It's like, oh man.
See, Pokemon grinding, unless you're like grinding for like the last levels, is relatively benign to me.
Right. I feel that. It's just like, I don't know. I did that as a kid, watching TV, trying to grind, and I was like, man, I feel like I haven't gotten anywhere. I don't know.
I love that.
But yeah, definitely worth playing. I don't know, man. That was a great game. I don't think there was anything left I had to say about it. I feel like I covered everything I wanted to say.
Okay. Me too. I don't think I have anything else.
All right. You do have one thing left to say, though. What is the next game?
Should I pick the game that's a good follow-up or the game that I want to play?
It's up to you, man. I picked this game because there was a bunch of new games coming out, like the second version, or the part 2 of this, basically. So I just picked this game because I had just done it. So I could just go play basically more of the same game.
Well, since you picked this game and it's relatively long, I'm going to pick Fear and Hunger.
You're going to pick Fear and Hunger. What was the other choice you were going with?
No More Heroes 3.
Oh, No More Heroes 3.
Yeah.
Alright. Fear and Hunger. I don't know if I can swing that $7, bro.
Just, I was more worried about, like, you can't play that while your kids are around.
Whenever you told me about it, I was down, and I had the same thought. It's like, I can play Honey Pop up to a certain point when my kids are around. They never come and watch me play, so it's like, it's safe. But, it's that 5th date time. I'm going to shut it off and I'll wait till they go to bed. Because that's whenever shit hits the fan.
Fear and Hunger, there's boobs and penises everywhere.
Okay, we will. This will be a night play. How long are we giving this? 2 weeks as usual?
Yeah, well, 2 weeks or a week. All matters how long.
Hey, we'll just try to put out these games. Because we have not been following our schedule.
Trying.
Yeah. Like, when I get 2 days in a row, it's easy for me to do the shit like this. But when it's just one, it's like, gotta dedicate my day off to working, basically. Getting something done. So, whatever. But alright, catch you guys next time with Fear and Hunger.
Later.